Hello, oboes! How are you all doing? So far, you have learned so many notes. And guess what? We're going to add two more to our list of what we've learned so far. So we've been practicing a little bit with that C to D half whole trill, or not half whole trill, excuse me, half whole transition. But now we're going to go ahead and add in another note where you will use the half whole. So with D, it's a half whole, correct? Remember? So we have 1, 2, and 3, that half whole, 1, 2, 3. Right? But now we're going to add a new note. So you finger the D, so half whole, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And then we're going to add this key right on the bottom here. And this is going to make it an E flat. So to make it that lower octave that you hear, the lower sound, just cover the whole hole. And rock that finger then to get the half hole or the octave above for that E flat. So just as a reminder, half hole, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and this key right here. On top of that E flat, we're also going to learn F. So the fingering for F is 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, and you're going to use this key right here, okay? Now there's a few different ways we can play F, but this is the way that I want you to play F for the majority of the time. So if it's not speaking like that for you, if it's coming up like this, that kind of sound, what's happening is you might be a little too firm here with your embouchure, or you might be using too much of your belly for support. So I want you to really try and get that low F. Right? Now, to bring that F to an octave above, all we have to do is add this key. And you won't probably have the two keys on the back of your oboe, but you'll have one long key, and that's called our octave key. And we add that for any notes that we have that we want to take up the octave. So here's the low F. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, and then this little paddle right here. And then to add the octave key to make it go up that octave, we add our thumb on back. All right, does that make sense? So now you're going to say, but Dr. Bear, this is very tricky. How do I go from E flat to F? Well, we have another F that we can play, right? I said there are a few different ways to play F on the oboe. So instead of going 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, and the paddle key, we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 1, 3. This is called forked F. So you can hear, I'm going to stand up. You get the same sound. One, though, probably on your oboe when you're playing forked F is going to sound maybe a little airier. So we do want to use forked F, 1, 2, 3, 1, and 3, when we're trying to go to E flat or to D, okay? Because if you're trying to go from D to regular F, you can do that pretty easily, but it's a little bit of a change. So it's easier just to do that forked F, 1, 2, 3, 1, 3, and then add our middle finger to get to the D. Or add that octave key on the back and go to the half hole. So it'll look like this. Or from behind. So see how my finger moved there? And how my thumb got off the octave key when I went to that D. So same idea then too with the E flat, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and then the bottom key right here. And then to get to F, we're just going to lift our middle finger. You can also lift the pinky off as well with that. But if you're going pretty fast, you don't need to worry about lifting the E flat for just now. However, if you do have an oboe that has a left hand F key on it, I'll talk about that in another special video. But we want to try and use that more than using the forked F. So forked F is just kind of for the beginning until you can get an oboe that has this left hand F on it, okay? But whenever you can, I want you to try to use that full F fingering of 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, and then that paddle key. And of course, just as a last little reminder, the E flat to F can also be that half hole to the octave key. So and looking at it from a back view. All right, so hopefully that made sense for you. Of course, I'm wearing my Georgia shirt today because it's Saturday and the return of SEC football, so go Dogs! If you have any questions, of course, please let me know, but here are those few notes to go ahead and practice. Go ahead, rewind the video, and good luck. Let me know if you have any questions. Bye, everybody.